Greetings, M squared here. Today we are going to talk about writing equations in point-slope form. Now remember, it's called point-slope form. That means in order to write an equation in point-slope form, you need a point and a slope. Let's remember the formula. The formula looks like this. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Remember, an x and a y are an x and a y. They're variables. You're going to see those as an x and a y. Everything else is going to be a number. A y sub 1 means a specific y to a point. An x sub 1 means a specific x coordinate to the point. So you're going to have one point, and the point is going to be x sub 1, y sub 1, and the slope is going to be m. So when you look at an equation in point-slope form, the slope is right there, and the point is right there. But remember, we've got two minus signs here. So that's part of the formula. So you got to remember that when you write the formula, you're going to have that minus sign for the x coordinate and then for the y coordinate, and I'll show you how that works out. Okay, so you have to have a point and a slope. So if they give you a point and a slope, you just plug the m and the x sub 1 and the y sub 1 into the equation. So you'd say y minus y sub 1, because that's our y sub 1, equals m times x minus x sub 1. Now I on purpose did this because I want you to see it. So this one looks like y minus 5, even though that's 5 because of the formula. But this minus a negative, remember, we've got to turn that into just an x plus 2. So I won't do that in the future, but I wanted you to see that. Okay? What if you have 2 points? Well, you have a point, you actually have 2 points. So that helps you find the slope, but then you're going to use either one of those points for your formula, for your x sub 1 and y sub 1. And I'll show you it both ways. So first, we want to make sure we remember our slope formula, which is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So here's my y sub 2 and my y sub 1. So negative 8 minus 4. And then I'm going to start again here with my second point, x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Well, this gets me a negative 12. This gets me a positive 6. So my slope is negative 2. 2. Okay, so m equals negative 2. So I'm going to show you how to write it with both of those. So first I'm going to take this one. I'm going to say y minus y sub 1, there's my y, equals xm times x minus x sub 1. But you could have also used the other point. And how you would have done that would be y minus a negative 8, which actually turns to a plus 8, equals our slope times x minus 7, because that's our x. And that is how you write an equation in point-slope form, whether you're given a point and a slope or 2 points. And then real quick, I'm going to show you how you would graph a line in point-slope form. So when we graphed a line in slope-intercept form, the first thing we did was we graphed our y-intercept, which was a point on the line, and then we used our slope to find more points. And that's exactly what you do on this one, except instead of the point being the y-intercept, it's going to be the point that you're given here. So when you look at this equation, y plus 3 equals negative 2 times x minus 5, first we've got to find the starting point that we're going to graph. So when we look at this, we see that it says x minus 5, which means our x sub 1 is 5. And then we see a y plus 3, which means our y sub 1 is negative 3. It's kind of like the opposite because the formula had the minus signs in it. And the slope is negative 2. So first, we're going to graph this point. So we're going to go right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 3. And we're going to put our little dot. And then we're going to graph more points using our slope. Remember, when you're using a slope and there's no denominator, you can put a 1 under it because we're going to go down 2 and right 1, or we could also go up 2 and left 1. So we can go down 2 and right 1, or up 2 and left 1. And then you'd get a nice little ruler and connect the dots. Okay, so remember, when you're graphing a line in point-slope form, you're going to first find the point and graph it, and then use the slope to get a couple more points, and then connect the dots. Good luck with that. M squared signing out.